What's up, folks? I'm grappling with an issue that I have been dealing with for a bit, and maybe Crystal can help. But I have been having a ton of guys come into my DMs on Instagram trying to holler at me. After seeing last week's show, I wonder should I just start blocking folks? I have friends who say that I welcome this because I post photos and videos showing my assets. But as a woman, just because I show it, it doesn't mean I want you in my inbox. Help, what should I do? And Doc, you the man, homie.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Yeah. Some love and attention over here. Yeah, all right. Appreciate that. Fan shout out. All right, Trent, man. Come on now. Nah, player. Nah. Crystal. So Crystal, it was addressed to you, so Crystal, like
Yeah, Crystal.
ha! Yeah. Ha! Whoa! Woo! Yeah. All right. Yeah. What up, and what is up? Yes, indeed. That's how we do.
What was that noise?
Bruh.
I can't even see you, Trent.
Bruh.
Why your camera like that?
Bruh. Not today, bro. Not today.
Why not today?
Cause you messing up my damn intro, man.
I didn't mess up anything. You stop. People didn't even see me.
Crystal always be laughing in when the camera get on her. She get the squinty eyes.
Why
What's up with yo, real talk, what's up with that?
I don't know. It's my look. I can't help it.
Oh man, yo, I ain't never seen nothing like it. I've never seen nothing like it.
Stop picking on me. Every time you introduce me, you gotta pick on me. Why is that? Why is that?
Hey yo, y'all see it. Hey, y'all see it every week. Anyway, look, man. Hey, man, y'all see the glasses, man, the frames, man. Brandy Bespoke, man. Make sure y'all hit them up, man. I'm rocking them. Even on that note, man, we got to go around the room, man. Virtuous Essence Candle Company, man. Make sure y'all hit them up, man. Right behind me on both sides of me. You can see I got two candles. I got two candles behind me. That's Virtuous Essence. Hit up Dr. Regina Warren. Also, hit up Soul.Berry Sweet for all your candied strawberries and cookies and all that good stuff, man. Mother's Day is right around the corner if y'all don't know that, and also my birthday. So if you got something that you want to send me, just let me know. All right. So also, man, Rock Bottom Music Group, man, out of Chesapeake, Virginia, man. Make sure y'all contact him on Instagram. He does all of our beats, man. It sounds good, man. People love him. So check them out, all right, man. And then also, y'all know how we do, man. We are begging, we are in need. We are the commercials that you see at 2 o'clock in the morning, in the eye of the angel or whatever, man. Look, man, if you want to cash up the show, man, cash up us, man. $ the show 20, man. Just hit us up with $1, $2, whatever, man. All right, man, we gonna announce a special. Actually, yeah, we're gonna announce right coming out the commercial break. We're gonna announce our winner of our grand prize guest co-host that's going to come on in a couple weeks, and for our 1 year anniversary. But also, man, look, man, today, man, we're going to hit y'all with some special giveaways and prizes to celebrate the month of our 1 year anniversary. So stay tuned, man. Some trivia questions and all that stuff hitting you up today. Man, big shout out to my cousin Taylor. Her and her boyfriend, they just had baby boy Deontay. I think that's the name, Deontay. Big baby. Congratulations out in New Bern. I love y'all. Hopefully y'all, if y'all need anything, call me. I'll give you $1.
Really?
Give you $1. I'll give you $1. All right, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. We gotta go to Crystal.
Looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers. Pockets deep, bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you and doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like.
Okay. crazy story out of y'all know the right wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Well, apparently, there was a video on his site showing that he had saved some immigrant children from being trafficked. Well, in reality, apparently, this organization came out and said that the video was staged and that he wasn't saving anybody. There was actually somebody transporting a mother and I think it's 3 children to it's a respite center and a humanitarian respite center. And apparently, Alex Jones and his crew was yelling at the car, stop human trafficking and all this other stuff, which was apparently BS. But the video has been viewed apparently 1.5 million times, and he's claiming that he saved these children from being trafficked. So.
Oh man, Alex Jones.
Always.
I saw that video and I was like, man, it's just another step, man. He do that joint all the time. But it looked convincing. Like to his people, it looked convincing because he had a bunch of people like, oh, Alex Jones, like it was all on Twitter. Alex Jones just saved a bunch of people.
Yeah.
He was like, they just saved some children from being sex trafficked. It's like, man, come on, man.
Well, the person that outed him was apparently a nun from a Christian organization that said instead of saving them, he prevented these people from getting to the where they needed to be. So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's Alex Jones. So if anybody know anything about Alex Jones, you just know he's the same dude that said Sandy Hook was a hoax. Right, like every mass shooting that involves a white dude, he's like, it's a false flag from the deep state, and then he be pushing his vitamins. That's him. That's that dude.
I think I'll take the word of a nun over him.
Well, now let's play.
Except
So
for the one that slept with the Pope or the Vatican. Didn't somebody sleep with somebody in the Vatican?
Who didn't sleep with somebody in the Vatican?
but I'm saying, but I'm saying, wasn't there none that got chastised for that, like not too long ago?
I don't remember that, but I'll look that up. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta look that one up, man. All right, go ahead, Chris. My bad.
So Zachary Horwitz, I guess he goes by the name Zach Avery, small-time actor in LA. He's been arrested for an apparent Ponzi scheme. He had, I guess, was saying to these investors that he had all these film licensing deals with Netflix, HBO, and apparently none of that was true. He even like sent these people like I guess it was bottles of Blue Label and sent them a report saying that he had 52 films in his portfolio that he had distribution rights on, and apparently he had got I think it was $227 million from these investors, most of which that he was using for his personal gain. He used the money to buy a house, and then apparently the FBI caught up to him, and he's been arrested. So,
I mean, when these cats gonna learn, man? They always get people who commit like Ponzi schemes and embezzlements and all that stuff, because the government don't play with their money. They're gonna come get their money. White or not, they gonna come get that money. Now he gonna serve 14 months in jail, But
is that enough?
Nah.
I mean, because
they're gonna get their money back.
I mean, think about it. It's like the college remittance scandal. Like if I hate to throw race in there, but let's be real. I mean, if he was a black guy, do you think he would get 14 months in jail?
Of course not.
Or would he get 5 years?
Life. He get life.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I don't understand how come like people that actually commit robbery and get charged with like grand larceny, they get more time than somebody that does something like this.
Because that's how the judicial system is set up. You got the white collar crime, and they set it up just like that. On purpose. All right, this is a certain crime that you do. All right, like it's bad, but it's really something that's like we can kind of okay, that's okay. That's not a violent crime. That's something that rich white people do. You know, so we'll treat that's how it's set up. It's set up just like that.
Yeah.
Very unevenly divided when it comes to white and black or brown people committing crimes.
And you know what? That's very unfortunate. I honestly think my mic's too high. I honestly think that people got to realize that there is inequalities within the justice system. We don't need to tell you that right here on the show. Y'all all know it. If you've been a product of it, you know it. You know what I mean? So, when you hear somebody like this dude talking about 14 months of jail, is that the final verdict? 14 months in jail?
No. I was just saying that's probably what they're gonna give
but probably, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they give him probation.
Right. He gonna be in Club Fed. If he do go somewhere, he gonna be in a Club Fed, chilling. You know what I'm saying? If a black person did that, yeah, right. They're gonna put you in Supermax. You're gonna be in San Quentin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna be doing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that there's definitely two justice systems out there. So some sad news. DMX apparently passed away the other day. He was 50 years old. There's still some speculation of, his family said it was a heart attack, but I think TMZ is reporting something different. But anyways, he passed. The family put out a statement, said that he passed with his family by his side. Everybody knows he was on life support for a little while, and apparently they just decided there was no brain function left, so he's come to that. And there's also some news. His family said he just had got the vaccine too, so.
I heard that, but that's people trying to push their own narrative about that. Like that's what I hate. Like this this particular one. It's not the time to push that. Like they ain't got yeah.
But he had an amazing career. Put out a lot of songs, and he definitely will be missed by a lot of people. So
I don't know, man. I know he is, but DMX was, that was my first concert, a Rough Riders concert, that I ever went to, and man, DMX was somebody that I listened to on the regular. As a matter of fact, I was listening to his album, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My. I think it's Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Last week, or 2 weeks ago. I was listening to that album 2 weeks ago, just bumping down the street, just listening to it. And people who don't really, these new rappers out here, right? I get it. Everybody's listening to that stuff when they're riding up and down the road. But when you bumping DMX, people just look at you kind of weird, like, oh, okay, bumping DMX must be an old school player. Nah, I mean, you just know hip hop. And if you actually go back and listen to a lot of the lyrics from a lot of his songs, man, he was speaking stuff about his life too, especially in his later albums. And it's very unfortunate, man. It's very unfortunate. I don't know. He had 15 kids, right?
I think so. It was something like that. Yeah. He's got he's got 15 children. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was
15
young.
kids, man.
50's young.
Yeah, very young, very young. And there's so much, different speculation around this, man. I don't, but it's tough. I was down at on U Street yesterday, and everybody was, like they were every restaurant, bar you walk past, everybody was blasting DMX. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a straight tribute. Just walking down yesterday, man, like it was wild.
Yeah. I see what Michael Hugo's saying that he's got 17, but every report that I've seen says 15. So check your source. Let me know if it's right or wrong or whatever. But yeah, man, sad day, man. We're gonna give him one bark. One mark for the man, for the D man, the DMX. Man, rest in peace, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, rest in peace. So crazy story out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Former NFL player Phillip Adams, apparently he fatally shot 5 people, then turned around and killed himself. This happened early Thursday. Apparently he was at a doctor's house, a prominent doctor in the area, Dr. Robert Leslie. Apparently he had been treating him. I don't know for what, but
Oh Lord, somebody got the army flying over their head. Crystal, what you do? What you do, Crystal?
I didn't do
They
nothing.
coming for you. They coming for you.
It's always I always hear helicopters out here. I don't know why. But yeah, apparently he killed the doctor, Dr. Robert Leslie, 70, killed his wife, 2 of their grandchildren. I think one was 9 years old and one was 5. And then there was two HVAC workers that were at the house. He killed one, and apparently the other one, I don't know if he's still in critical condition or not, but they're the ones
I think I saw he passed. I think I saw he passed away too.
Okay, well then he might have passed. Then that's 6 people, then including himself.
Man, that's crazy, yo.
And then,
So real talk, y'all. I mean, real talk. Let's put things in perspective. All right. So you when this happened, and people saw he was black. I'm not, like I said, I don't like throwing a race card out there, but people was like, oh my God, what a coward. This is that. Da 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 da. Now a couple weeks ago, we just had this individual down in Atlanta, right, where the sheriff came out and said the man had a bad day. He made some bad decisions. So,
Right.
I mean, why nobody saying that same thing for him, for this Phillips dude? Why nobody saying that?
Well,
let's be real about it.
easy. Well, it's very easy. It's very easy, and I can sum it up really, really, really quickly. He black.
yeah.
Yeah, here's a comment that's said, hey, this narrative is out there that's saying these might have something to do CTE. Yeah, I agree. The man had 2 concussions within 3 games. I think in his last season, 2 concussions within 3 games, and if anybody that plays a sport or played any contact sport, concussions can be a scary thing. You ultimately don't know the impact that it may have on you in the future until you grow up. Look at me. I'm still crazy in the head.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
True.
Don't say nothing, but woo-hoo! Boy, you ever work next to this brother? Woo-hoo! It comes out.
Yes.
Man.
And you know what? Forget both of y'all. Y'all weren't supposed to sit there and agree with none of that. All right? Y'all weren't supposed to agree with none of that.
Hey, you put it out there. We just
You're just speaking the truth. You're just speaking your truth. That's all.
But real talk. On a serious note, this guy, he may have had some CTE issues, and I don't know if they're going to donate the brain for research to see. I think they did. I think they did say they were going to do that. And if it does come out that he has severe CTE, what do you think people are going to say then? I just wonder what one side of the aisle will start saying, because one side of the aisle,
it's another excuse. That's all they're going to say.
But you know what?
Oh, it's just an excuse.
But you know what, Trent? Here's the thing with that. When people say, "Oh, it's another excuse," how many times have we heard excuses when these school shootings, these mass shootings, these domestic terrorist events? Right. How many times do we hear these excuses being used time after time after time? But soon as something like this plays out, and we say, "Oh, you know what? Hey, there's a legitimate excuse for why this thing is happening." Mm-hmm. And they say, well, you guys shouldn't be using that excuse. He was crazy. He was out there to hurt somebody. You know what I mean?
Well, it was a whole thing with Aaron Hernandez, right? Like they looked at his brain and found CTE. Like his stuff was straight. Yeah, like they even looked at OJ's brain and was like, that dude had like his brain was just mush. And I'm like, it's yeah. Now people might say he ain't do it. He did it, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But for real though, I mean, look at his brain. Look at Aaron Hernandez. Like it's just straight mush. Now the brain is a very powerful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if any, and like Ron said, if anybody's had a concussion, or whatever, or multiple concussions, you're gonna feel that probably for the rest of your life if you've had multiple concussions.
His dad even released a statement, I guess, that said that after football he changed. Like he was a good kid growing up, didn't get in any trouble, and then
Yeah.
he said the football changed him.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it changed him, but I would say that he had some mental concerns when after playing football at that high level.
So Ron, I got a question for you. As a former player that you are, right, and you've been associated with it as well. What do you say to parents who are very, they're kind of scared to let their son or daughter play? See what I did there, Crystal? Play football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When they hear these stories, right? When they hear that there can be severe damage and things like that. Like
Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I started playing football when I was 5 years old, and I'll tell you that the game then compared to now, when it comes to teaching, and actually safety, is far superb, right? Mm-hmm. I remember the helmets that we had when we was 5-6 years old. Boy, you would not want to wear that helmet today because I guarantee you might have to go to the hospital after a hit. So I would tell, use caution. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of flag leagues and stuff like that are in place now for people of that age group of 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then they walk them into the full contact. But ultimately, it's going to come down to the coaches, the staff, and the parents to teach the proper way to tackle and play the game. Take the linebacker from Pittsburgh when he had poor form of tackling, which ultimately led him to being paralyzed, and we all saw that a few years ago. But ultimately, you have to teach. The kids gonna have to get taught the game some way, somehow, if they plan on playing in the NFL, right? And you got to start young. It's unfortunate, but there's gonna be broken bones. There's gonna be headaches. It's gonna happen. But essentially, you got to take that stuff into consideration. And they got these different organizations out here that are going around training coaches and teaching coaches the proper methods and techniques to get out here and educate these kids. So I mean, I'm all for it. I got a nephew who, boy, I think Trent. I think you may have seen him. He's 9. He's 9. Look like he about damn near 20. But when people see him, they be like, oh, if he hit my child, I'm gonna be mad. It's about proper. When you see him play, he doesn't go for it. He doesn't try to hurt anybody. He's not going out there lowering his head because he's been taught the game properly. And I got 2 godsons. Their father, y'all know their father played NFL football, and I can almost guarantee you that he's going to teach them the proper way. He's going to hope that their coaches teach them the proper way. And I almost guarantee you that he would tell you that he would not have he would have his sons play football just like he did and like I did, my brother did, and all our other cousins. So
yeah.
All right, well, that was Crystals Around the Horn. Yeah. All right, look, man, we're coming out the commercial break, man. We're going to go ahead and announce our grand prize winner. Yo, that's crazy, yo. But, yeah, we're going to announce the grand prize winner coming out the commercial break, but we'll be right back after this special message from Recovery Athlete. All right. Yeah, so, man, y'all know last week, man, we had a special giveaway, man, where we ran a special entry contest where we ran this contest. And pretty much all you had to do is go to our Instagram page, like our Facebook page, like and share the giveaway post, and add to your story, and tag 2 of your friends to the post. Well, guess what? Nobody really did it right.
Oh.
Nobody really did it correctly. But if we had to just, say, you know what, out of the spirit of trying, we got to give it up to Victoria Thompson, who is the winner of our guest co-host entry. So, Victoria, we'll be in contact. We'll let you know what you got to do. Be in contact. The guest co-host episode for this individual will run on April 26th or April 25th. Actually, an actual day right before our 1 year anniversary, but y'all know how that works. 26 falls on a Monday. We record on Sundays, so we weren't about to change up the schedule. So on April 25th, y'all will get to see Victoria Thompson as our special guest co-host, winner of the entry. And man, it's gonna be. Ain't no telling what's gonna be said, man. Cause yeah.
Hey.
All right, congratulations, Victoria. We'll be somebody will be in contact with you. All right, man. What'd you say, Crystal?
Congratulations. I'm looking forward.
Congrats.
Another woman on the show too.
Uh-oh.
Where my crickets at? Okay, where my crickets?
That's not it.
Where my crickets at?
That wasn't it.
Yeah. Where my crickets at?
It doesn't have the same effect.
Yeah, I know, right? It's messed up.
You
Yeah,
messed
it up.
You missed both of them.
Get some more estrogen in here.
I mean,
Ron got enough for both of us. Were you trying to do the crickets that time again?
No, man. That was good. That was a good low shot, though. That was a good low blow, man. I give due respect and props when it's due. You know what I mean? But I warn you, watch your mouth, because I'm coming for you. Come for you. All right, look, the main segment,
We're
man.
We've had the roast fest a long time.
I know we have it, man. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in the overtime segment. I guarantee you. It's gonna happen in the overtime segment. But look, y'all know, man, that Georgia just passed an epic law which attacks a lot of the voting freedoms that we currently see today. As you all know, back in the 2020 election for president, Georgia turned blue. It was the first time it turned blue since, I think, President Clinton. And essentially, it raised a lot of eyebrows. Now, we all know that the pandemic caused a different or pretty much a different voting atmosphere. Where you had mail-in ballots, you had what other kind of ballots you had? Absentee ballots, obviously, vote by mail type things, and a lot of people. I ain't gonna say both, but a lot of Republicans had a lot of issues with that. They felt like the election was being stolen. Why? Well, because you had the former president that was sitting up there spewing lies, and people were believing it. Okay, so essentially, you take that a little bit further, and that's what next thing you know, you got what you got in Florida and Georgia, where you have voting rights being attacked. Now, it goes against everything that Stacey Abrams, a pillar for getting Georgia to turn blue. It goes against everything that she did. And now you got people fighting back against this law. MLB just recently announced that they have changed the venue of their All-Star weekend. What does that do? It takes out revenue. It hurts the economy, right?
From an all-black city.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So now you got that kind of stuff playing against it. But are we essentially, and we talked about this in shows in the last season, I think, are we essentially in a time where we are looking at a revert back to the 1960s when it comes to voting rights?
We've been well, not even just voting rights, but yeah, definitely with voting rights. So Georgia's not the only one that is considering. They already did it, but I think they said there's like 42 other states that are looking at some form of voting restriction bills. And I might be wrong, but somebody looked that up. But it's like there's so many that are like flowing through the different houses and senates, where at least the majority Senate and House on the state side is ran by Republicans, right? Ran by GOP. But we've been in that mode, man. I mean, 1960s, I'll say 1950s, right? Because, I mean, things were passed in the 1960s, So I say even before the 1960s. We're in the 1950s.
Yeah, but
you got people bold enough to even, say, hey, we want to hang people and all this other stuff like they did when they breached the Capitol, right? So 1950s. But these voting rights are are meant to confuse people who don't know how to read the bill, won't read the
Well,
bill,
well, you
right,
heard what Jim.
or agree with that party.
Well, you heard what Jim Clyburn said. Jim Clyburn said this is the new Jim Crow. He and you know Jim Clyburn is a very outspoken member of what is he? Congress.
The House.
He's a very well outspoken person, and he says what he has to say. Now, when you say, you know, a lot of people on the Republican side will say, "Hey, that's going a little bit too far." When you try to associate these type of things with Jim Crow, because we're so called past all that. So, you know, how do you all think about that when you have somebody like that says, "Hey, this is the new Jim Crow," and then we're talking about, like Trent said, this is well beyond 1960s. This is even further when you got people who attacked the Capitol saying that they wanted to hang people and all this other stuff. What do y'all say about that, Crystal? I go to you.
I mean, I think Trent's right. I mean, we've been going backwards when it comes to voting rights, and I think it's because the Republican Party has seen an uptick in the Democratic vote, and you know, as a result of that, they're worried that, you know, as time goes by, you know, as people get emboldened, you know, to vote, you know, people see the importance of it. More younger people, you know, who tend to be more liberal, you know, as they start voting, you know, Republicans are worried that, you know, their party is going by the wayside, and as a result, they want to make things more restrictive. You know, when it comes to minorities, you know, who are also typically more liberal as well.
So, all right. So it's for people that don't know, who don't know what the laws actually stipulate. So this is why there's a lot of confusion. You know, when you got people that say it's a new Jim Crow, you got people say it's going back to the 1960s, and people that say they praise it. All right. Like I said, going back to the 2020 election, a lot of things raise a lot of questions with the absentee and the mail-in voters. So one of the stipulations is a cutoff date of 11 days before primary, general election, or runoff election for mail-in ballot applications, a deadline for the issuance of absentee ballots at least 25 days before a federal primary, general election, or special election, or 22 days before a municipal general election or primary. You must have a Georgia state driver's license, number, ID number, date of birth, and the last 4 digits of a social security number. And also, the ballots must be printed in black and white ink on security paper. So it kind of, you know, when you kind of go back and look back at it, you know, it kind of goes back to the IDs and all this other stuff. We all know that you know, everybody doesn't have an ID. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't get IDs for obvious reasons. I don't know, right? But I mean, is this too far off from just trying to protect, you know, the I guess you could say the whole election process?
But go ahead, Trent.
I'll say the most dangerous part of this, though, is that they changed the laws, right? Where the Secretary of State now doesn't really have control over elections, right? It's no longer the chair. Meaning, right, a Republican-controlled board or whatever can replace the Secretary of State or appoint a new person to be over elections as they see fit, right? And so now you talk about partisan. So if it's ran by GOP and they knew what they were doing, putting that in there, they were like, well, because they were mad with Brad Raffensperger, right? Because they felt like he didn't overturn the elections. That's the scariest part for me, is that they can be like, you know what, we don't like you, you're not doing your job right. We're going to appoint somebody that has, you know, that's more tied to our, you know, our rules, our feelings, our, you know, whatever. That's the big scary part. Is that it's not so much really the IDs. I understand why people are frustrated with the whole ID part, especially when it comes to older people, including older Black people that don't really, you know, have those IDs and things like that. But the biggest thing is that they can choose somebody that is more aligned with them and overturn elections. That is the scarier part.
Well, Trent, here's the thing. Here's another key aspect. I left this off, but the law also prohibits mobile transportation to these voting sites. So you all know the elderly who were, bused and taken to the and transported to these polling locations. That no longer can happen under this law. And I think that's why
to get there. So how do they expect people to get there that don't own a car?
Exactly.
Well, and like I said, the underlying, I guess you could say the underprint or the small print of these laws like that like I just dug that up. When I just did some simple research and I just kept looking, and then it's a small little section in there that talks about mobile bus transportation or mobile buses. They can only be used in the case of an emergency. And guess who has the right to call that emergency? Secretary of the State. So it's tough. It's tough to see what this implies going forward. If in fact it may be overturned. I don't know. I know Joe Biden and the White House have come out and attacked this new law.
It ain't gonna be overturned.
I mean, but
you got a 6-3 Republican majority in the Supreme Court. Even if it goes all the way to the Supreme Court, they not gonna overturn that. Clarence Thomas ain't gonna, and Alito and all these, they not gonna overturn anything. Well, especially Clarence Thomas, who's the worst of all of them.
I think they should overturn it. I mean, I think that's unconstitutional. I mean, how can they tell somebody how they're supposed to get to a polling?
Wait a minute. When you say it's unconstitutional, tell me where in the Constitution that it says that the federal government or state government or federal government must provide you transportation to get to a polling location.
I didn't say that they must provide.
I just want to know how is that unconstitutional?
I didn't say that they must provide, but does the law say that it prohibits federally funded mobile transportation or any mobile transportation?
It doesn't say you can't.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying, Crystal. It don't say that you can't. So there's
or can.
Just like but that's when you say it's unconstitutional. Those are some strong words to use. When you got people out here who might listen to the show and be like, she don't know what she's talking about when it comes to the Constitution.
I don't see how any government body can tell somebody how they can get to a place to vote. I don't understand how they can at any level say that. I mean, that to me, everybody has a right to vote. So that means that
not everybody.
Well, majority of U.S. citizens, have a right to vote. And it should be an equal opportunity.
I'll tell you what, look, I'll tell you what, again, the biggest problem for me, right, is because there are ways of getting around the whole mobile transportation to the voting polls, right? There are ways of getting around, them cutting early voting, right? There's what, and with black people and brown people, they'll find a way, right? They'll find a way to get around all that. But again, my problem is if you get around all that, people still come out and vote in force, and they vote Democrat. They could be like, you know what? If the Secretary of State don't do what we tell them to do, let's go ahead and elect our own board member and have them do our bidding. That's the main scary part. This stuff can really be, can be overturned. And I mean, if you look at places in like Georgia, first of all, Georgia still has more early voting days than places in like Delaware, right? And so like it's not just a South thing. It's all all over the place. It's all over the country. But there are ways of getting around, that, right? People just show up. We just got to, figure something out. But again, you could choose somebody that's more aligned with your politics, Democrat or Republican, and they could be like, we're not going to certify the election. We think there was fraud involved.
Well,
that's the biggest issue.
If anything, that should be unconstitutional right there. I mean, how can one person determine, okay, well, if I don't like these election results, then I'm just going to, pick somebody who's going to agree with me. I mean, that right there is is not the way our voting system should work. So if anything needs to be overturned, that definitely does. But I, again, don't see how any government body can tell somebody how they can get to a place to vote. I don't see how they can legally do that.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I think Alicia Ruffin even she said she understands what you said. You know, as long as they get out the vote, why are you telling somebody how they can get there? I just don't. Like I said, I just don't. When you say unconstitutional, and you throw that in there, it raises a lot of eyebrows. Like, wait, there's nothing in the Constitution that says
is garbage anyway.
Well, I mean, we talked about this on the show a couple weeks ago. You know, why is it that Democrats, when they have power like they do now, why have they not tackled the issues within the Constitution that still says that me and you, Trent, are not a man? Pretty much.
Well,
we don't count in this country.
I'll tell you why. Because I believe in order to make amendments to the Constitution, don't there have to be a majority of state legislators that have to sign off on that as well? And I might be, but I think that it's the case. And so even if the Democrats are in power and have all the votes to be able to do something like that, right? In order to amend anything in the Constitution, there has to be a majority or plurality of a majority of states, whatever, to sign off on that. So now, if you have 35 states that are Republican ran, that ain't gonna happen, even if the Democrats do have control over everything.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, take a quick break. Look, if you wanted to enter the special giveaway, so we have a giveaway right now where we're going to say, hey, look, tell us how many episodes have we done to date? And that being April, what is today's date? April 11th? What's today's date? Yeah, April 11th. How many episodes have we done total to date? And you will April 11th, 2021. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
See, you made me turn off all my notifications.
It was my watch. All right. So thank you.
He said, it's my watch.
So look, anyway, hey, enter the giveaway right now. So look, enter how many episodes have we done to date? Listed in the comment section. The person that gets it spot on or comes close will get a free Recovery Athletics t-shirt of their choice. Just let us know, and we'll announce the winner and let the conversation continue. But back to this segment with the voting rights. You know, one of the tough things being that when you look at and I think Adrian Amos said it earlier, when you start getting closer to equality, there's a point where politicians decide that they want to go and fight against all that. Like when you get into equality amongst women, you start working towards that. You start working towards equality amongst transgenders and blacks and all this other stuff. There's always a portion or a party that tries to pull back and rein you back and say, not going too fast. What do y'all say about that?
It's true. I mean, I think it's definitely true.
Well, we know you think it's true because Crystal. Oh Lord, we got boy.
What?
No, we had that conversation. We're not going back there.
I'm all about equality, and it's true. I mean, people don't want to see equality in this nation. You know, they don't want to see equality. They don't want to see equality between minorities and, non-minorities. They don't want to see equalities between, different gender roles or different sexuality, or even between upper and lower class. They don't want to see equality, especially that we live in a capitalist society, and it's always going to be, you're always going to see people that need to have people on the lower levels of our society in order to put themselves on the higher tier. There's always going to be people that they need to kick down below. And until we change a lot of things in our society, even our economy, we're never going to see that. So that's just my 2 cents on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're never going to see equality if we continue to have this capitalist society that we have. I actually think cryptocurrency, believe it or not, will actually help that endeavor, to where you have, all these rich CEOs. I think it will actually take some of that away.
What? Take what away?
Where these people in power, like, rich CEOs, like CEOs of Amazon and Google and all that, it will take power away from them, because you have like Bitcoin is now up there, with Amazon and Google, and Bitcoin doesn't have a CEO. Nobody runs it. So I think when you get towards where we're going now with crypto and these industries that are not being ran by one party, where it's truly decentralized, I think our economy will move towards sort of a decentralized economy, to where these rich CEOs won't control, majority of the wealth in our nation. That's just my theory on it.
Well, the problem is these rich CEOs and majorities are buying up a lot of the top two cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum,
That's
because
true.
because they see the writings on the wall, right?
Yeah.
But they have kept it. Especially the Federal Reserve had kept things at bay, because whenever Chairman Powell or Janet Yellen say something against cryptocurrency or whatever, Bitcoin, Ethereum, it crashes, right? So they've been trying to keep it at bay for as long as they can.
Yeah.
But right now, you've got people that, all the top, what the people, they see the writings on the wall, so they're buying up cryptocurrencies, and then they're also now starting to allow their companies to, to receive payment in crypto as well. So the people are seeing the writings on the wall. The only way to do it is to really keep it on the ground, where it's ran by the people. That's the only way. But that's with everything. That's with politics.
Yeah.
I think, right, that I think things really have to start on the local level, right? People have to go in and start from everything from school board superintendents, right, all the way up to state senators and governors, right? Because the state is really powerful, can really tamp down on a lot of stuff that the federal government can do, right? If they play their cards right. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, it really starts with on the ground. If you vote in the right sheriff, then a sheriff who he might be like, all right, cool. Let me start to make changes within the entire department that I'm over. Right? You can do start doing that. But you have to have the right sheriff put in place. Right? That's going to listen to the people and start to implement changes. Right? Same thing with the school board. Same thing with the Senate. If you got people in there that have your best interests at heart, that's really how it changes. The federal government, it's gonna do what the federal government always does. It's gonna look out for the interests of the federal government. If it's good for them, then they're going they'll push that, right? So, hey, if we need more money for defense, the federal government's gonna push that, and people are going to sign off on in the Senate and in the House, right? If a lot of people agree with it, but things really won't change until people actually start voting people out and putting right people in on the local level. That's how things change.
Yeah.
But in certain areas, people have different beliefs, though, and we saw that with, Trump administration. Not everybody has the same beliefs.
Right. Yeah. So, all right, you look, man, we got to move on, man. So, man, this is a big topic, man. We'll talk about it a little bit more in the overtime segment. But y'all know we got to move on, man, because we got to end this show on time. But we can't end it without hitting this.
For the right, It's my Say What of the Week. Say what? Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate.
All right, so man, look, man, Paul Pierce, man, has made his way into the media again, and guess what, man? Paul Pierce is doing it. Paul Pierce doing his thing, doing it like he want to do it, and you know, hey, I can't get it. So he went on IG Live, and yeah.
They hit me with chips. Look at this guy over here. He's having a good time. He's having a good time over there. Damn, we having a good time.
I don't know what the fuck to do. Bro, I got a good fucking hand.
Dude, like, come on, dog. He's slowing up the game.
What do you mean, man? I got a good fucking
He
hand.
went all in. What you got? I got second nuts. Chad. It's a heads up. I got the nuts, I think, now. Take that, baby girl. Hey.
All right, so look, man, Paul Pierce went on his rant, and not really a rant, but Paul Pierce went out there and he did an IG Live where he was pretty much drinking. He looked like he was high, had strippers, and essentially he got fired from ESPN. Why? Why did he get fired? I'm just trying to figure out, why did he get fired? Why did he get fired?
But somebody in the comments was like, "Where's your wife and kids, sir?" Why you got the need to post that?
True.
But why you got the need to post that?
Yeah.
What is the point of that?
I mean, any person that has a profession, that works for an organization, if they are posting on their social media themselves in a negative light, I think they could be subject to being fired. I mean, that goes for anybody. So I could see why, but is it right? I mean, I don't know. I don't think people should be judged what they do on their off time, but a lot of people are. I mean, you see a lot of teachers and people that are in professional positions, like women, that are doing like OnlyFans, and they're being fired. So, I don't see why it's any different. I mean, I don't agree that what you do on your off time should affect your professional life, but
hey, here's the thing, and
but unfortunately, that is the case.
Well, here's the thing. Adrian Amos said it down in the comment section. I was thinking this when I was talking to my homeboy Alfonso. I was talking to him a couple days ago, and I said, the thing is, I honestly think that he wanted out. And Adrian said the same thing in the comment section, that he believes he wanted out. And because the next day, once he was saying that he got fired, or once the reports came out that he was fired, he was like, good things, big things coming in the near future. He was laughing and giggling about it. I don't know what was going on with his contract. Maybe it was having an issue with renegotiating the contract. I don't know. But essentially, hey, Paul Pierce, man, you get to say word of the week, man.
Well, he got out.
Right. He did get out. Woo! He did get out. All right, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. It wouldn't be a show if we didn't come at you with a I don't know how you would even word this confession letter. Yeah. Trent, you got it, right? You got it. Trent got it.
On problems, I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. A phone in affection, I summon and dub it. Why you be all on my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with a nigga who lying for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double my...
All right. It's confession time. Y'all know what that means.
Yeah, all right, here we go, y'all. All right, so what's up, folks? I'm grappling with an issue that I have been dealing with for a bit, and maybe Crystal can help, but I have been having a ton of guys come into my DMs on Instagram trying to holler at me. After seeing last week's show, I wonder, should I just start blocking folks? I have friends who say that I welcome this because I post photos and videos showing my assets. But as a woman, just because I show it, it doesn't mean I want you in my inbox. Help, what should I do? And Doc, you the man, homie.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Yeah. Some love and attention over here. Yeah, all right. Appreciate that. Fan shout out. All right, Trent, man. Come on now. Nah, player. Nah. Crystal. So Crystal, it was addressed to you. So Crystal, like,
yeah, Crystal. What should she do? Or he do?
It's your world when it comes to your social media. So if you don't want that attention, then block them fools. Like, you don't have to respond. I mean, block them.
Like that. You ain't got to respond. Just block them.
I mean, like for me, I get. I'm not gonna say I get a lot because I don't want Adrian coming for me again.
You get them young guys.
But I get some DMs, and if I don't want to respond to them, I don't. I respond to the ones I want to.
But she said she get to her DMs because she's out there. She's I guess she's an inspiring IG model from the sound of it, and she's showing her assets. So if she's showing her assets, I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying if she's showing her assets, she's saying why do men feel the need to DM her?
Because that's what they.
That's what men do.
Men.
It comes with the territory. Apparently, when it comes to Instagram and all this other stuff, right? If you want to be an Instagram influencer or whatever you want to do, that's fine. It comes with the territory, which means just block them.
You get
because that also comes with the territory as well. It's your page. Block them.
If you do become like an Instagram model or somebody that's an influencer or somebody that's in the public eye, you're gonna get a lot more DMs than you normally would. I mean, and double with the fact that you're posting your assets, which ain't nothing wrong with that. If you got it, flaunt it. But men have a whole other brain and in their private parts, and they respond to that. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to get it. I mean, the more you show and the more you are out there, you're going to get more DMs. But you don't have to respond, and you can block people.
Yeah, just block them. That's why that says it's there.
Yeah.
To block people. I block people all the time.
I mean, I only block people when they start calling me at all hours of the night. Yeah. I don't mind. But when you start calling me, FaceTiming me, or not FaceTime, but whatever that Facebook Messenger video chat thing, and I didn't invite you to call me, you definitely gonna get blocked.
Well, Miss Ma'am, I appreciate the shout out, man. You a real one for that. Ain't nobody ever shouted me out on this show. I appreciate it. It's always Crystal and Trent that get shout outs. I don't never get nothing.
Oh, Lord.
I don't never get nothing. I don't get no respect.
I ain't never been shot on this show.
All right, man. Look, man, y'all saw everybody else's things, man. So, man, I got to go around my thing and do everybody. Y'all can reach me on Instagram at DocRJ.5. You can catch me on Twitter at RJSpeaks100. Make sure you follow us on Facebook at Comfortable2Uncomfortable.talk. And make sure you hit us up on Instagram. Make sure you follow us at Comfortable2Uncomfortable.talk. Go to the YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, like a video or two, leave a comment. All you got to do is go to Comfortable Being Uncomfortable, the podcast, one word. You can also check out all of our latest giveaways, prizes, shirts, merch, videos, all that good stuff on our website, www.cbupodcast.com, man. Look, man, y'all know we coming right back at you with the overtime segment, so y'all know how we do it, man. I got to give a big old blue fire shout out to my fraternity brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated and our sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Hey, man, we'll be right back. But let the conversation continue. Stay tuned.